waiting for someone at a higher level to like hopefully take you to go back. It's like, it was all, you know, wasn't it awesome waiting for a boat and then getting on it and then the boat disappears and you're like following it? But that's the difficulty, right? Is there are these awesome memories, but at the same time, we've got this situation now where with some of the newer players, like, would they really sit on a boat for, you know, 20 minutes? Would they really stand around waiting to find a group because they're missing one critical class? Like, those are the difficult parts. I mean, from a technology standpoint, making MMOs is what we do. I mean, we can do it, servers, all that stuff, that's not the issue. It's really on the design side, catering to those different types of players, and it's really challenging.
Yeah, you know, the corpse run thing, no, like Clint said, number one thing people remember, it is by far and away, the best memories of EverQuest that people have are times when they went to do a corpse run. Also, the number one reason people quit. The number two reason, waiting for mobs, you know, camping. Those are the two reasons people quit EverQuest. And then when our customer service has to come in to respond to the player that got the corpse down deep somewhere, and none of their friends really want to come. So then our customer service guys have to come in and take the role of, okay, we'll save you, but we're going to like come in and pretend we're role playing, and you know, your God is coming in to save you. Okay, that's well and good, but there's only so many of them, so some guys eventually get pissed off and quit. The rage quits over that kind of stuff were pretty major. So I don't know, I'm sorry, we're beating a dead horse on this, but just please understand, we're thinking about this, and we're not just trying to cater to the masses, we're trying to make a game that's fun for as many people as we can. If that amounts to catering to the masses, it's only because a lot more people may think one way is fun than others. So.
All right, we only have time for a couple more questions. Just corner Clint afterwards. Okay, you know, everyone.
I'm a long-time player, EverQuest 1, EverQuest 2, hardcore, raider, casual. So I kind of have played it all. But what I've noticed more in EverQuest 2 compared to EverQuest 1 is that when something might be broken, it's not as intended, it's taken away. In EverQuest 1, it seemed like more that in the future they would design with that in mind and they would work around it, but they would leave things that were there as it was. EverQuest 2, oh, this outfit doesn't look right, let's take it away. You know, this spell or item is not working exactly as we want, we're going to nerf it, you know. And some of those things were silly things, like gnomish spring boots. You know, probably there was some exploit that could be done that might have an effect on an aspect of gameplay, but for the most part, they were just used for fun and getting up on high things. So when things like that are taken away, that really hurts, you know, the player experience. And I just really want to, you know, maybe take that into consideration and let everybody do what they're doing, and then if it's a big enough problem in the future, then you can take that and work towards. I really appreciate it.
Yeah. Speaking from EQ, having been on that game a long time, we always, anytime anything like that came up, we always really talked about, it's like, do we really have to do something about this, or can we sort of let it sort of decay over time? It won't be so much of a problem down the road. We always chose to do that if we could. There were just situations sometimes where we clearly had to change something because it threw off class balance in crazy ways, or it let everyone do twice as much damage they're supposed to. But we really always thought long and hard about, can we leave this in so people can still have fun with it? And we always try to err on that side of things whenever possible. And I think we will continue to do that in the future. Hopefully we would avoid many of those pitfalls that happened the first time, like complete heal and things like that. But you know, I'm sure there will be something that we will break. You know, I'm full confidence we will find a way, new and interesting ways to break this game, just as we did on EQ1 and EQ2. But we really do have the philosophy of trying to leave it in as much as possible, and then if we really have to change something, we will.
Hi, I would urge you to keep the social content that you have now The people that are in EQ that I play with daily are my very best friends. And we keep going back and trying to do the same things over and over and over again, but we're not successful. You want to talk about my best memories? My best memories are the people that I met on this game. And I also have a frivolous request. Could we please have some curly hair on characters?
I really like the character. We've had restrictions in the past about the length of hair and the volume of hair that we really want to address this time. I like curly hair, so yes.
Can you do curly hair?
Yeah, I definitely want to do it. Yeah. Wig.
I like your hair, Rosie.
I like all.
Howdy. Just 3 quick recommendations, suggestions, whatever have you. Something I think would be interesting to see from a social engineering point of view is I love the guild halls that you have in the request 2. At the same time, what it did was it isolated guilds and it removed a central meeting point, a central community center that Kano's had functioned as, or Freeport. I think you should keep carrots in place for central meeting points to build a sort of bustling, robust city area that can be with people. There's still interaction between guilds. There's still a reason for them to get together or to be together, to meet, to see other people. That will do a lot for the immersion of the community aspect. Another point is I think the heroic opportunity engine in EverQuest 2 a lot more could have been done with that and expanded upon in complexity and the carrots involved in that in a rating aspect. I think it was a really cool idea, but it sort of didn't grow. The last point being, I think as far as raid content is concerned, this may be controversial, but I think there should be access to extremely difficult content. Don't dumb it down, but make it available for people who can't be on 24 hours a day. And once one guild kills it, nobody else in the server can even get access to it. Give access to it, don't dumb it down, but make it possible for people who have jobs and who can get on for only a 3-hour block at time every night to still experience that content. But I'm not saying don't make it easier. Don't make it easy. Don't make it difficult, but just give people a chance. Everybody's paying the same amount of money, to get access to this stuff, and I think that's a key point.
The original design for guild halls on EverQuest 2 was really, really cool. It was actually that they were all in the world, and they varied in size and scope and everything. They were not instanced. You could actually, your guild had to save up to get the best one, and if the best guild got the biggest one, then they could continue to afford it, then they got the biggest one. I'm a big believer, and the team, luckily there's no coders on here to tell me what I'm saying is crazy, but I actually don't like instance housing, and I don't like instance guild halls. I don't like instance anything except maybe dungeons where you don't want competition for just getting into a dungeon. You don't want it to become a national park. But let's face it, the EverQuest 1, that's exactly what they were. But it's that instance stuff, I think it personally breaks immersion in a very large way. Can we do more on that stuff?
She's just building one guild hall and you all have to share it. Play nice. We got time for one more. Tim?
Getting back to the everyone having a different play style thing, one thing I would really personally like to see is for different servers to have different rule sets or whatever. Like people looking back at EverQuest 1 with the rose-colored glasses about the corpse runs and whatnot, give them their server. Let them have the corpse runs. Give the other people what they want. I just think it's something that could really be done. Same thing with a raid content. I'd like to see a raid server. Let the raid players have the raid server.
We had hardcore servers. I mean, what if we called it that? And maybe you don't want to be called hardcore, be like corpse runs, but I'll go out on a limb and say you probably are in the book. Maybe, what if we did something like that?
Yeah. Corp run
And we are going to do PvP in this game. We're going to do it right. So hopefully some of you care about PvP.
Yeah, that's
Absolutely.
okay.
Is there a way that we could get in a PvP server, deputies, we could have like a GM or somebody round up a bunch of deputies and go kick butt on some people that have been briefing?
Make friends.
Hopefully we're not going to have any briefing. It's not enough.
Right.
Thank you all for coming. I appreciate your time.
The questions?